You guys, welcome to another episode of What's Your Issue? My name is Troy McEady.
And I'm Darlene. Hi.
Dara, if you guys aren't looking at the video right now, Dara is in like full high horror drag makeup and I'm like literally obsessed. It looks so good.
I wiped some of it off as well. It was much worse. And meanwhile, I'm in my husband's tie-dye t-shirt and with my hair just like done, like not at all. And I'm like, I'm just going to put a little no makeup on.
Yeah.
For the camera. And then I sit down and I'm like, Jesus Christ, Dara.
You're like, I'm just going to do a quick little Moulin Rouge look for recording today.
Just a quick cut crease.
Yeah. You're like a full Betty Boop. Like, it's like, I'm obsessed though. It's all pink. It's very Trixie Mattel vibes.
Oh my God. Thank you so much. Troy, have you ever really seen me doing full beats? I used to do like so much makeup all the time to like go to the grocery store.
No, I don't. But I would love to just like, I don't know what we would be doing, but I want to see you in like literal horror, like Atlantic City horror makeup.
I truly would do cut crease, like full everything to just a regular day out, you know. Like I used to be a horde core makeup girl. But then
I love that.
And I was too late in stopping it. It was like 2016 makeup plus then some that I was doing way too far into when we were like, no, we're doing a little less. We're doing a little less.
Were you like baking and contouring and shit?
You know, contouring, actually, I've only recently gotten into. That's a part of my no makeup is just like a touch of contour. But I guess I was doing, I was doing like full, because I have such a great palette for eye makeup because I have these huge lids. So I would do just very in-depth eyeshadow and then bronzer, blush, all of it.
I loved eyeshadow girls. Like in the 2016 makeup lexicon, the specifically the eyeshadow, because I feel like you had like lip girls.
Mm-hmm.
You had eyeshadow girls, right?
Yes.
And then you had the girls that like were just full on like, I just want to be a Kardashian. Like I just want to be a matte Kylie Jenner, you know, King Kylie down. But I loved eyeshadow girls that would just do like a little teal, a little purple, a little blue, a little black. Like it was just so crazy. It was so crazy. Like you guys were doing drag makeup. Like,
I truly was doing drag makeup, and it was something that started at a young age. I was in the 7th grade doing like what I called cotton candy makeup, which was if you can perhaps deduce what this means, it was something along the lines of pink eyeshadow with blue eyeliner.
I was guessing that's what you were gonna say.
But yeah, I was doing a lot of colorful stuff, and I never did like the lip liner and all of that stuff. For some reason, I don't know, that feels like a bridge too far. Like that looks ridiculous on me. But I would still do during this heavy makeup period of 2016 to like, I don't know, like 3 years ago, I would do like lipstick. Can you imagine me in a lipstick?
No. Like what was your go-to color?
I had this one that was like almost like a neon pink that I was really into.
That is so 2016, 2017 vibes.
Yeah, it was like a matte neon pink. And I wouldn't do it a lot, but I would do like a wild color, or I loved like a really dark red.
Okay.
Like a matte, really
a Fox
dark
blood vibe.
Yeah. Like really dark matte.
I love that you're like, I wouldn't go crazy with the lip, but kaleidoscope eyes, I was down for every single time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, if you ever feel like getting in high horror makeup again, just for me, I would be very appreciative. We could take some real good 2016 pictures.
Let's do it. Let's do it, baby. Oh, I'll put in my clip-in extensions. And
we'll put a choker on you.
I'm in.
And I'll curl your hair. I haven't curled hair in a while.
Oh my God, yes, I need you to curl my hair. Maybe I'll have you cut a side bang on me. I saw an Instagram that said the side bangs are back. And meanwhile, I have not seen anyone in a side bang. I feel like it's just propaganda to try and make it come back, but I'm still interested. I was a side bang girl.
Listen, if we can get Lauren Conrad to do press again for a couple months nonstop, she's done like 8 What's in My Bags. We can get the side bang back. I think side bang is like part 2 of that.
I think we should start using social media for, trend propaganda. It's like, what trend do I want back? Let's flood the airwaves with content about just it is back and see who bites.
I not to get too deep into this and we can move on after, but I do believe that that's what they did with skinny jeans, and I will die on that hill. I believe that was propaganda, and it was so over the top and heavy-handed. Like, it was like, you're only trendy if you're wearing giant pants, and now everybody is just wearing giant pants, and it's like the bigger the pants, the more stylish you think you are.
Listen,
Propaganda.
the thing with skinny jeans, I don't want them to come back because the true skinny jean, I'm sorry, I looked like a goddamn idiot in it. With my huge ass and my stiff Sutton Brown legs, I looked like it's like the center of gravity. Like, how is she standing? I need a little give at the ankle, but these baggy jeans, I can't hide this luscious ass under denim.
Under a barrel jean.
Under a barrel jean. What are we doing here?
No, it's out of control. It's really out of control with it's more out of control, I think, with men even. Like, men have, it's like you can be completely stylish, have no taste whatsoever, and throw on a white t-shirt that shows a little bit of your stomach and a big ass pair of big ass fucking Jinko ass big ass jeans, and all of a sudden you're like some fucking model. Like, what is going on? Like, what?
No. Absolutely not.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, I've been seeing a lot of discourse about the going out top. Where's the going out top gone? Now it's all about just like plain top, tiny top, and like a big pant. It's like, no, I want my going out top and a plain pant.
God, I will say I really do miss the era of like a designer jean. Like, just the jean being a status symbol, like the power of like a good jean and the stitching in the pocket being the descriptor. It's like, I know what kind of jean you're wearing, I know how much, and I know the price point. And a going out top, like, that was such a nice structure for like going out, because everybody looked totally unique, but also like it was a nice structure, you know?
And it was so easy to text a friend, oh, what are you wearing? Nice top, going out top,
Going out top.
Going out top and a pair of jeans. It's like, I know exactly what you mean. I know exactly the function that we're about to go to, what the dress code is.
I know that you'll be in a pointed heel.
Yes. Oh, Troy. To wear a pointed heel underneath your little flare. Ooh. Now that's what I want. That's what I want. It's
so chic. A little bump in the front of your head, flat iron to hell, you know, smelling like J-Lo glow.
I would do a little curl. I would do bump up here and then tease also the back, because I like to do more of a Valley of the Dolls.
Yeah.
No, I was always taking trends and flipping them on their head.
Yeah, of course you went 60s. Well, I guess enough about bumpits.
Oh gosh, till next time, I guess.
I could go on for hours.
Well, yeah, I suppose I should ask you a serious question. Listen, the answer is just between us, I promise. They won't hear
Just us
anything
girls.
about it.
I feel safe.
I won't leak it to the press, I promise.
Okay. Whisper.
Troy, what's your issue?
Well, Miss Marilyn Monroe, my issue is it's a Movieline interview from 1998 featuring none other than Miss Jenny from the Block, Miss Queen of Bronx, Jennifer Lopez. And I just have to say, before we even step foot in this mess, this is one of my favorite celebrity interviews in Hollywood history. I think I have read this interview once every year since 98. I'm not kidding.
Yeah, I've heard you talk about it multiple times. I can't believe it's taken us this long to get to it. But it also last week was one of my all-time fave articles, and this week it's yours. I mean, we're really, really taking out the big guns.
Well, both in 98 as well.
Oh, Troy.
Which is crazy. What a specific, it's like such a specific year.
97 and 98. What a great time for just pop culture of all kinds.
Oh,
it was a banner year.
It really was like incredible. Like I feel like 97 and 98 are often overlooked too. Is like, cause like you look back at 99, crazy movie year. It's 99, Y2K, all that stuff. Obviously you look back at like 2000. And then there's like the early 90s and like the grunge of the mid 90s and everything. 97 and 98 feel like these sort of like lost couple in between years. Like I always think, I feel like we may have talked about this, but in all of my 1998 like teen magazines, I always find it so interesting that the Spice Girls are like on their way out, and like Britney isn't famous yet, but it's like about to happen in like a few months.
Yeah, you were saying that it's those 2 years are kind of overlooked for 99, and I think that's true to like the mainstream. Like 99, I feel like a lot of people talk about that in the industry at large of like big pop culture. 97 and 98, I think, is so specific to a certain coming of age of the millennial generation. Like, anyone, any generation can talk about how great 99 was for art, for culture, but 97 and 98 is not all necessarily like, oh, this was the best stuff, but it was, so much of it was the most influential stuff of the people who grew up within a few years of us.
Yeah, it was like the real formative stuff. It was like the like Party of Five crew, you know, Titanic. Like it was like the Sarah Michelle Gellar, Jennifer Love Hewitt, Katie Holmes crew. Like that was like their like the height of their era, you know?
It was a great time. There's a lot of great things happening. I remember it fondly. I feel like 97 is when culture started. That's like when I became sentient. I don't really remember what I liked other than American Girl dolls before 97.
Yeah. I can honestly say, I feel like that's my one of my earliest like sentient years, and like choosing what I was listening to, or even if not choosing it, like the stuff that my mom was making me listen to was like really impacting me. Like her being like, here's the Immaculate Collection by Madonna, you might like it. Like that was the years that I was like having everything downloaded into my brain like a USB. That was like super important to me, you know?
Yeah. Wow.
Now I have to ask you, were you ever into Movieline, the website?
So I think maybe a little bit, but I don't have strong memories of it or anything. In a way, I feel like they sold movie tickets, right?
I'm glad that you just said that. I'm so fucking happy that you just said that. Because, okay, so on Beyond the Blinds, we read blind items from Movieline sometimes. Because in the 90s, Movieline used to write blind items about Hollywood, which is crazy.
That's insane.
And I knew that Movieline was an entertainment website, but I also assumed that they were the movie line, like that you used to call back in the day to buy movie tickets. So on Beyond the Blinds, I would like joke about like, I can't believe that this website that's like selling movie tickets is also writing blind items about Tom Cruise being gay. And people were like so mad at me because that is not the same thing. Movieline did not sell movie tickets. That was a different, I think that was like Movie Phone or something. It had a very similar name.
Movie Phone. Okay, this is very much a Mandela effect thing.
It is Bernstein Bears vibes.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm glad that I'm not the only one that thought that, but yes, those are different things. And Movieline was like Entertainment Weekly, but on the internet.
And what were your hottest years looking at this? Because I'm trying to place what age group, because in 98, I'm too young to be looking at Movieline on the internet. I'm playing the Barbie fashion design game on my computer. on my with a CD-ROM, okay?
You want to know what I was doing on the computer in 1998? I was printing out full websites of Britney Spears pages using outrageous amounts of ink. Printing photos from Google Images of Britney Spears for no reason on our printer. I was not old enough to be like using Movieline seriously, and I think that's why I thought it was the same thing that you bought movie tickets. So it just was not. Now, if I was a little older, it would have been totally my vibe, like obsessed.
Okay, so yeah, we were. I'm guessing the heyday of Movieline, we were too young. I don't know.
Yeah.
I guess maybe, hold on. Let me just look this up real quick. I feel like we should have an awareness. Okay, so Movieline launched in 1985 as a local magazine in LA. And it went national in 1989, known for its cult status and popularity among film critics. Last print issue was 2009, and it stopped in 2014 online. So yeah, it was never really a part of my life.
There's a big archive for it on the internet, so maybe you'll be seeing more Movieline issues on this podcast, because I'm quite literally obsessed now.
Movieline, our hats off to you. And anyone who is a devotee of Movieline, please write in and tell us your experience.
Now, this interview in particular,
oh my God,
it is mind-blowing that this exists. Last week we said a bunch of times that you have to read the article that we were talking about. This is like
same thing.
The exact same thing. Like, to really understand how insane this interview is, you do have to read it. I could just sit here and read the whole thing because it's like every word is just so crazy. But it's basically Jennifer Lopez at the beginning of her career. She's done Selena. She's done U-Turn. She's done Out of Sight. So she's like establishing herself as like a commodity in Hollywood. And she's being, taken seriously. She's being asked to do she's working with really big directors. Like, she's really hit like a stride. But she's not multifaceted, like multi-hyphenate Jennifer Lopez yet. She's not doing perfumes and clothes and music and all of that stuff yet. That's all to come. So she, at this point, is just like an actress. And she is such a fucking bitch in this interview. She calls out every person in Hollywood, every director. It is crazy.
She's 27 years old, it says in this article. I can't believe how specific she gets. One of the things I thought, like the amount of shit talking she does, or like it's shit talking, but also just being honest about experiences with people. I thought, oh wow, she would be such a great Watch What Happens Live guest at this time.
Oh my God. Andy would have loved 98 Jennifer Lopez.
It's crazy that I kind of can't believe that, she's 27, she's young, she's clearly not media trained yet, but I can't believe even without media training, she's talking like this.
I know. Because she's done enough press at this point. She's been in a lot of big movies at this point. She also was in Anaconda. Like, she's done press cycles. Like, she's done stuff. And it is the stuff that she says in this interview. I don't know if it was just that the guy caught her on a good day or what, if she just felt really comfortable in this particular setting. But she just is so candid. It feels like it was written by like a teen.
Candid.
Yeah. It's like how you talk with your friends when you're having wine. Like, it's like she is talking crazy shit. Making fun of people, like going through her thoughts on people's acting talent, just going through a list of people and giving her specific points of what she thinks about their talent. I do think it has probably nothing to do with comfortability. I think you see in the article that she's a very strategic person. I love it.
And I think she's doing something here. She's trying to accomplish something here. And I'm not sure if it's just trying to get headlines like, wow, this is so outrageous and something's going to stick. Or maybe wanting to start a feud. Like, she casts a wide net of who she could start a public feud with. In the opening of the article, you can see how strategic she is right off the bat. It's the writer comes in and she's poolside getting a massage. It says, I park myself on a nearby chaise, and Lopez greets me with the slow, languid smile and half-masked gaze of someone not entirely anxious to surface from a better-than-life dream. Hi, Stephen, she says. I'll be with you in a second. Then, responding to the masseuse's skillful ministrations, her lips part in sensual abandon, and she turns her head away, sending her hair cascading over the side of the chaise. This classic Hollywood star tableau has, of course, been orchestrated by Lopez for my benefit. She knows that I know that she knows that I know. The whole scene is deliberate, right down to the supporting players. Assistants, various friends, family, arranged here and there around the pool, ready to do a star's bidding.
It's very Hollywood. It's very, and like he even says, he says that Lopez has dared to try and pull off such a time-honored Hollywood gambit as rising star interviewed by the pool is in keeping with her overall strategy of playing big. Big is Jennifer Lopez's forte. And like my big takeaway from this article is that Jennifer Lopez is highly aware of her charm. She's highly aware of her ability to seduce, to manipulate, to charm, to impress, to do the job, to get the job done. Like, she's aware that she is a fucking force. And she's like letting you know in this interview that she is willing to use those tools manipulatively to get what she wants. It's very like her energy, this whole interview is very, don't fuck with me, fellas. This isn't my first rodeo. It's literally like, I love it. And like,
I do too.
You know what I mean? It's like some of the stuff she says is super cunty, but it's like you said earlier, it just more so feels like just really honest about experiences.
Yeah. I would give this to a young person who wanted to become famous, like who just wants to be a superstar, and say, okay, don't necessarily take away from this the shit talking, like
right.
That should be smooth those edges, but see what's behind all of this and the thought that's going behind all of this, and let that internalize that and let that guide you into the future. Her strategizing, the way she looks at the business, it's like, this is a person who knew what she wanted and was consistently strategizing, but also someone who's also knowingly delusional about what they could achieve in their life in the perfect way, where a lot of people say to be famous, to be successful in this industry, you have to be delusional. But what they don't say is that you can't be truly untethered. At least when you're getting started, you have to be delusional, but also have an awareness, a self-awareness there, so you can accomplish things. And she seems to have, at this point, that perfect mix of delusion, but also pragmatism.
1000%. It's like Trixie Mattel always says that in order, a good drag queen has to believe her own fantasy. Like, Trixie Mattel knows that she doesn't look like an actual woman, but she believes her fantasy, so then you believe it. And, like,
Yes.
Jennifer Lopez has enough of that, and it's like she's giving you a guidebook on how a person in 98 who is just a pretty woman that has been in a few movies becomes like a global superstar, like the definition of modern day A-list and celebrity. Like, she's telling you in this interview how she does it and how she plans on doing it, to the point that she even gives her game plan, which we can like get because it's at the very end of the article. She gives her game plan for like what she has next in the next like 10 years, and it is so strategic and specific, and like it was just, and to read this in 2026 was just really something else. Like, it's
I know.
crazy.
But she starts us off at the very beginning of her career, or not even her career, just her interests in being in entertainment. And she talks about her sister and her both were in musical. We both started in musical theater, and my sister had more talent than me, but she couldn't hack it because she can't take rejection. And that's why she's not successful.
I was obsessed. And then also her being like, I was always curvy. I was always really sexy. I always had an incredible body. Even as a young girl, everybody was obsessed with me. Men wanted me. She's like, everybody in Hollywood is skinny. I'm not. I have curves. Men want to fuck women with curves. Nobody looks like me, and I'm going to use it to my advantage. She was like, I just cannot, I'll never be able to get over how honest she was. Like, oh my God.
It's incredible. Yeah, and she said with the sister, so she was like, yeah, she couldn't take rejection. And to me, I go, you don't like me? You don't like me? You don't like me? Well, someone's going to like me. Basically, 99 people in a room, etc. But in a much more J-Lo type of package.
We'll see. So they open the interview with her talking shit about Oliver Stone. Have you ever seen U-Turn?
No. What is it?
We gotta watch U-Turn.
Oh, okay.
One of my favorite movies of all time. It's my favorite Oliver Stone movie. And
Troy, I did not realize this. Yeah, when they mentioned U-Turn, I was like, do I even...
Dara, she plays a Native American, and she like does an accent, which is crazy, like, because she like hadn't done, I think she had done like Selena. I want to say it was like her second movie or something that she had filmed, and then as far as when they came out, that's a little different. But like I just want to read the names in this movie. We have Sean Penn, Jennifer Lopez, Nick Nolte, Billy Bob Thornton, John Voight. Like,
can you this is I will say this, only Jennifer Lopez could handle herself. Can you imagine being on that set? Jesus Christ.
With those men, with Claire Danes, Joaquin Phoenix,
no
Laurie Metcalf. I mean, it just goes on and on and on and on. And it's such a good movie, and I think it's probably her best acting of her whole career, in my opinion.
Wow. I can't wait to watch this.
You're going to absolutely love it. But she just did U-Turn, and she talks in the article about how she like had made this promise to herself that she would never work with Oliver Stone again, even though she ends up working with him. She goes, or it says, bad blood left over from a casting session that she'd had years ago for Stone's never filmed Manuel Noriega project left her unwilling to talk to the director about any project. The minute I began reading this long 4-page scene, she recounts, of the earlier meeting with Stone, he started walking around the room. Then he began rearranging the furniture. I'm like, what is he doing? This is so rude. Well, he rearranged the entire office. And when I finished, the casting director said, Oliver, And he turns and goes, "Oh, okay. So you're a regular on that TV series?" And I go, "Yeah." And I left. I told my manager, "I've never been treated like this, and I never want to work for Oliver Stone." I told him, "You guys know I don't want to work with him." Click. Back to LA from Brazil, Lopez got another request from Stone. I'm one of those people who usually sticks to something I've said, but I got to thinking, well, he called himself, and he wants to make amends. Like, I have the upper hand here because I don't care about this movie. I've got SELENA, and I'm getting $1 million for it. That's the best way to deal with these big wigs. I just went in there and we hit it off, and I flirted with him, got tough with him, and he just loved it. What did you learn about Oliver Stone's sensitive side from being directed by him? I ask. Letting out a hoot, Lopez observes that he's a wild man. He doesn't hide anything when it comes to his sex life. Like, she's just like, what? She goes, he loves women. He has sex a lot. He loves talking about how he sleeps with women. Like, he'll come up on set going, I was up fucking until 4 a.m. until I passed out. Oliver's a great guy, highly sexual, and he was so good to me making this movie. Oh, and something else. I'm attracted to scent, and he smells really great, like spicy lavender. You know those expensive purple candies that smell in your mouth, the ones that nobody has here, but you can get them in New York and Europe? That's what he smells like. Blink, blink, blink. Oh my God. A simple, how did that experience go, leads to her being like, all he does is fuck. He fucks.
Everything she responds with is crazy, but also what I can't get over is when she has that casting experience with him and she's like, fuck this, I'll never work with this guy.
Mm-hmm.
She's probably, and then when she meets him again and is like flirting with him and all this, and so she's 27 when this article came out. The movie came out in 97, same, or the year before, so she's 26-ish, and then before the movie comes out, you know, when she's probably casting for it, she's maybe like 25, 24, God. 25. Can you imagine that?
Having that confidence?
No, Good Lord.
Incredible. And I love that she's like, yeah, I went in there and flirted with him. It was easy. Like, she's like, that's how you have to deal with these big wigs. Like, I know exactly how to manipulate them and get the most out of them. And then her being like, I don't need this movie. I have SELENA. I just got $1 million. Like, oh my God. Oh my God.
God bless her. God bless her.
I also love when they ask her about, because they're obviously talking about Out of Sight, and they ask her about what her experience was like working with George. And she said, I have this attitude, and it won't change no matter how big I get, that you have to fight for the things that you want, says Lopez, in explaining how she won the role. You can't expect things to be handed to you on a platter, even if you can fill theaters week in and week out, because there's always somebody like me ready to kick the door down and steal that job right from under you. One of the smart things George did was he screen tested everybody, because he knew that he'd had trouble with the women in his movies where maybe there wasn't as much chemistry as there could have been. Universal was pushing for Sandra Bullock because they said that she'd put people in seats. George and the director met with her, but they were like, if Sandra really wants it, she's gonna have to test for it. She wouldn't test, and her agent, who was also my agent, supported that. If I was Sandy, I'd say, well, I'm going to show them that I can do it. I'll read with them, make them offer me the part, and then make them pay me out the ass. Lopez herself made them pay when she landed the role. The flat-out outrageous $5 million that she asked for ended up to be an only fairly outrageous purported $2 million. She said, I want to make as much or more than Demi Moore when it's my time, she declares. I think George Clooney's getting $10 million for this movie. Universal thought they were going to get me cheap from the beginning, but I kept telling my agent, no, keep asking. When my agent called me saying, what should we say to them? I said, say who's going to break their ass to promote this movie while George Clooney is on ER? Say the Anaconda is now over 100 million worldwide. And why do you think girls between 18 and 25 went to see it more than any other action movies? Because of Ice Cube? The head of Universal called my manager saying, you guys are not looking at the long run. You know, whatever excuse they can give to keep another dollar in their pocket. I don't take it personally, but that doesn't mean I'm not going to fight for what I feel. We are looking at a long run. They're not. Eventually, they're going to pay. People don't believe it yet, but right now, I'm very underpaid. Like, I'm sorry.
Okay, there is a lot of youthful exuberance and just like being hard-headed and confident because you're young and don't know any better. Not that I ever experienced that, but I've heard. Because I do wonder when she talks about Sandy, like, okay, I understand that at this point in your career, at 27 years old, you're like, if I were her, I would have read for it. I would like to know years down the road if Miss Lopez still feels that way. Like, I do think like when you get to a certain status, it is insulting in a way that's like, in a way that it should be.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
You like, this is a famous actress. You know what she does. Take her or leave her. I wonder if she still feels that way. Like, I know she's still very much someone who I think fights for everything that she wants, but I wonder how much of this article still stands for her, like her worldview on her career and like the industry.
Oh, I would be so interested to like watch her read this, basically. Like, I would just give anything to watch her read these words and like see how she reacts to things that she said, or if she's still like, or even just the stuff which I guess we can get into, but the stuff that she says about like each female, her counterparts, it is like, it is so crazy. They say now that Lopez has edged up to what she calls the bottom of the A-list actresses, which, okay, how does she view the women with whom she's been in contention for roles? Like, say, Selma Hayek. She said, we're in two different realms. She's a sexy bombshell, and those are the kinds of roles that she does. I do all kinds of different things. It makes me laugh when she says that she got offered Selena. What an outright lie. If that's what she does to get herself publicity, and that's her thing, then that's her thing. Columbia offered me the choice of Fools Rush In or Anaconda, but I chose the Fun B movie because the Fool script wasn't strong enough.
I will say I loved Fools Rush In. I've seen that movie 100 times.
Well, I will say that I love Anaconda, and I've seen that movie 100 times. I truly do. I love Anaconda.
I haven't seen it since I saw it in theaters.
This is a crazy thing to say. Gays, don't come for me. It's up there with Showgirls for me as a good bad movie. Yeah. It is so important to me. Like, it is the most fun,
formative
shit. It's quite formative. Like, it's exactly what a shitty B movie I think should be. Like,
yeah,
it's so fun to watch. The dialogue is insane. The CGI is so like 98. John Voight being eaten by an anaconda and spat out and winking. Like, it is crazy. They ask her about Cameron Diaz. She says, meh, a lucky model who's been giving a lot of opportunities. I just wish that she would have done more with it. She's beautiful and has a great presence, though. And in my best friend's wedding, I thought, when directed, she could be good. Girl.
Jennifer.
She said, meh, model, lucky break.
I do feel as though this is truly, she's like, here's a list of actresses. I'd be happy with a feud with any of them. So shall we?
She's like, please mention these names.
If you could bullet point them when you format this article so it really stands out if people are simply skimming, please do.
She goes through her note cards. She's like, Cameron, just a model.
Yeah.
They ask her about Gwyneth. She says, tell me what she's been in. Tell me what she's been in. I swear to God, I don't remember anything she's in. Some people get hot by association. I heard more about her and Brad Pitt than I ever heard about her work. Now, Great Expectations was out, right? I'm just to be sure, like, wasn't 7 out? Or am I making that up?
I mean, hold on, let's...
Like...
I think, like, let's see.
At least Shakespeare in Love.
Yeah, I wonder if Shakespeare in Love had come out yet, because Shakespeare in Love didn't come out till 98.
Oh,
so
you know what?
This could have been a situation where she says that, like the article, hopefully it came out before, because she would look pretty stupid. Okay, so like Sliding Doors, 98. Also, Great Expectations, 98. The stuff definitely... Well,
yeah.
795, but I mean, she's not super... Like, she's not the draw of that movie.
No, and like Sliding Doors even was like... That was like... Nobody like knew Gwyneth yet. Not like that. So, okay, we'll give her that. We'll give Jennifer that.
I'll give her that one. I'll give her that one.
This is my favorite one. They go, how about Claire Danes? She goes, a good actress. Her emotions and inner life are available to her. I love Jennifer talking like she's fucking Betty Davis.
I know.
A good actress. Her emotional and inner life are available to her, which is a good start. But I feel like I see a lot of the same thing with every character she does. She's not like that in U-Turn, though. Not the movie I'm in.
When I got to that part, I was like, well, you know, I don't know how wrong Miss Jennifer is about this assessment.
No, I have to fight back on that because I just am such a Claire Danes apologist. Even though in 98, like... Actually, no, I take it back. We had My So-Called Life. Didn't we have... When was Romeo and Juliet? 99?
That might be 96.
Yeah. Claire Danes in her short time in Hollywood had shown more range than Jennifer Lopez will ever achieve in life.
Of course, but she does say she's a good actress. Her emotional and inner life are available to her, which is a good start. I mean, that is like, the good start is like, no. I do a little bit agree that we see a similar vibe with, I think, some of the emotionality that she brings to the characters.
You would love her character in U-Turn. She plays this, like, she's only in it for a couple minutes, but she kind of steals the show. She plays this, like, young hillbilly, like, southern girl, and like it takes place out in the desert, and she's like dating Joaquin Phoenix, and her big line in the movie is like, Sean Penn like goes to this diner, and she like only plays Patsy Cline on the jukebox, and she's like, she's just my favorite. I love her. I love Patsy Cline. And she goes, I just hope I get to see her live one day. And he's like, she's dead. And she goes, she died? Oh my God, that's so sad.
Wait, I've at least seen that scene or something. Yeah. That rings a bell to me. Okay, wait. I take it. I'm looking at her IMDb now, and I do take it back. I mean, like when she's sort of being just ingenue, like when she's being her Beth March or like Juliet, whatever. It's just like a classic ingenue. But my God, when we get to, I mean, there's so many, but Temple Grandin,
Dara. Like, literally, oh my God. I always say Claire Danes is the Meryl Streep of TV. She has given us so much good fucking... And I know that was like a movie, but it was an HBO movie. She is just like the queen of television.
I think about the Temple Grandin awards circuit situation, like, I don't know, once a month.
I think about that hug box.
Troy, I will say to Nate, if I'm feeling stressed or something, I will say, Temple Grandin me.
Yeah. And he just comes up and squeezes until you are fine.
For those who don't know, Claire Danes did an HBO movie called Temple Grandin about this real woman, this autistic woman who invents a hug box for cows, and I guess it was just like mainly for cows for when they're about to be led to slaughter so they don't freak out, so it's easier to kill them. And it's based on how she feels as an autistic person, where like hard pressure calms her. So she creates it for the cows because she sees that they're scared. And then the real Temple Grandin goes to all the awards shows with Claire Danes as her date, and she was just very exuberant every time because Claire was beaming, standing up, like whooping and hollering because Claire was sweeping every award show. And it was like a really fun time that I just don't think people talk about enough.
I agree. It's very overlooked in her career. Like, people don't really bring that up, and I'm like, God, that was such a moment. Like, yeah, and Temple was like wearing her bedazzled rodeo wear to all of
That's the other thing. It wasn't just like a normal dress gal. She's in literally the kookiest Western wear.
Yeah.
Standing up at the Golden Globes like, yes!
She's
and
Vicky
Claire
Gunvalson.
Would have to be like, thank you, Temple. Hi.
Yeah. She's Vicky Gunvalson at Andalays. She's like, oh, woo! They also asked Jennifer about Winona Ryder, and she says, I was never a big fan of her. In Hollywood, she's revered. She gets nominated for Oscars, but I've never heard anyone in public or among my friends say, oh, I love her. She's cute and talented, though, and I'd like her just for looking like my older sister, Leslie.
Leslie, another shot at Leslie.
It's like, she goes, the only thing I can think about her that I like is that she favors my sister. It's just, see, this is the shit that I love, because you would never look at Jennifer Lopez and Winona Ryder at an award show in the same room and think that Jennifer Lopez hates her. Like,
or even has an opinion about her.
Yeah. And then she finally says of Madonna, do I think she's a great performer? Yeah. Do I think that she's a great actress? No. Acting is what I do. So I'm harder on people when they say, oh, I can do that, I can act. I'm like, hey, don't spit on my craft. Which is so ironic coming from her, because then she goes on to do the exact thing that Madonna was doing. Which is
says my craft, okay, J-Lo. This is...
Okay.
We are 27 years old, and I don't think we've quite hit our Saturn return just yet.
Yeah, she's in her like Vanderpump Rules era at this point in her life. Like, she's in the galley saying that she takes comedy seriously, you know?
Yep, exactly.
It's like so embarrassing. So crazy. This must have been, when her people read this interview, they must have been like, what in the actual fuck were you thinking?
Well, there's the writer talks about how, you know, the pool is filled with her entourage of assistants and all that. Clearly not one of them a publicist.
Yeah. Yeah. While her husband is holding a hose and flipping the water on her so that it trickles down her body. Like, what the fuck? I love it. I love it.
I guess at this point, though, this is definitely some sort of strategic move, because if you think about it, like, yeah, she's been in SELENA, she's been in some things, but probably nothing where she's gotten a ton of press for it, like real profiles that would sort of set her apart and get headlines. So it seems like Movieline was the place that said, hey, we'll interview you, Miss Lopez. Sure. Yeah. We'll send one of our best guys over. And she thought to herself, okay, I am going to throw all the spaghetti at the wall and see what we can get out of this. Like, will any of this jump out and like make headlines? And if it doesn't, no one will know.
Yeah, I agree, especially because, like you said, I don't think that she had been like really profiled, like in a Vanity Fair, New York Times kind of way, or if she was, it was always like to talk about like George or to talk about John Voight or talk about uh, Sean Penn. Like it was
Yeah.
always like to talk about like her experience being with like the bigger star. What was that like, kind of thing.
And it was all probably so much more set up through the studio of whatever movie that she was promoting rather than through her people of we're trying to promote her as a superstar. Like this is through the
Mm-hmm.
Jennifer Lopez machine. It was if there was much, it was probably being filtered through like the bigger picture of what she had to promote for a movie. So, yeah, this was her trying to set herself out as the celebrity, probably.
Now, have you ever heard there's a really famous 90s era blind item
Mhm.
about Jennifer Lopez and Wesley Snipes?
This sounds familiar, and it might just sound familiar because you've told it to me, but tell me.
So it's ironic because she like talks about it in this article.
Yes.
She talks about Wesley like pursuing her, and the
Mhm.
blind item was basically that she says I'll read it, but she says in the article that he was an asshole. Like she doesn't try and like mince words about it. She doesn't try and protect him. She's like he was nonstop, it was whatever. But the blind item was basically that it like went way further than you like he was like really seriously being like a creep, like
Yeah.
inviting her places and saying other people would be there and they weren't, like classic like Hollywood, like come meet me in my hotel for this meeting kind of shit.
Yeah.
And basically the blind item says that she had to film a sex scene with him, and it's a famous sex scene. It's her first sex scene. I don't remember what the name of their movie is together, um but it's a really intense like long sex scene. And it was like the blind item basically says like what you don't realize is that these directors, when they film these sex scenes, like they have b-roll of these extremely famous Hollywood actors and actresses naked, just like getting ready for the scene or
But
getting
yeah, between shot, yeah,
between
yeah.
shots. Like if you look at Euphoria, like Sam Levinson has b-roll of Sydney Sweeney with her legs spread in a baby costume with the camera pointed at her vagina. There's b-roll of that he owns, right?
Yeah.
So they're basically saying like um Wesley showed up to this sex scene with no modesty garments. Like he was like dick out. And while they're filming it, he was like rubbing his dick on her and like trying to insert it in her. Like he was like trying to assault her while they're filming it. And like the film that there's like a B-roll footage of that then went like he like was shopping around to people and showing people in Hollywood this video of Wesley Snipes like assaulting Jennifer Lopez on this set. And I remember back in the day always thinking that was so like unbelievable. But then like when Me Too happened, a bunch of people like Tandy Newton and all these people said like, yeah,
Yeah.
like my casting videos have been shown at parties. Videos of my sex scenes with me nude have been shown at parties and shit. So
Ugh,
then when she brought him up, I was like, oh my God, the Wesley of it all.
yeah. And was it Wesley also that when she mentions in the article um being pursued and turning them down and then them becoming um like very mean?
I think it was,
Because then she
um,
also mentions Steven Dorff tried to do that to her as well. He was pursuing her, and when she turned him down, he became an asshole. Which reminded me of Jennifer Lawrence on Las Culturistas, I think. And she talks about how male stars have done that to her as well, where you turn them down, they
yeah.
become. I mean, men do that to women in general, but you can only imagine what it's like for an actress
Oh my
constantly
God.
constantly being inundated with the next movie star guy that's like, if you don't fuck me on this set, I'm going to be so mad, and like God knows what he'll do to your career. It's just crazy.
And like you said, men do that already. Imagine like Wesley Snipes in the 90s. He's Blade and all of that. Like, I mean, yeah, it's
Delusional
unimaginable.
egomaniac male
Oh my
actors.
God. They say looking the way that you do, I'm guessing certain directors and co-stars must have been more than casually attracted to you. Who's made the clumsiest pass yet? Without the slightest hesitation, she answers, that would have to be Woody and Wesley, her Money Train co-stars. Woody was more playful, but if I'd gone for it, he totally would have. I'd say, hey, Woody, how are you doing? And he would like stick out his tongue and flick it at me. It was very nasty. Like mimicking Harrelson as...
It's so... You can picture it so easily.
And like men like him thinking that that's like hot. Like, oh, you fucking pervert. Mimicking Harrelson as the world's horniest anteater, she continues, he was really funny about it, but Wesley, even though I had a boyfriend at the time, went full court press. He was flirting with me. You always flirt with your co-stars, it's harmless, but then he's just started getting a little more serious. He would invite us all out together, and then at the end of the night, he'd drop me off last and try to kiss me. I'd be like, Wesley, please, I'm not interested in you like that. He got really upset about it. His ego was totally bruised. He wouldn't talk to me for 2 months. I was like, what an asshole. Actors are used to getting their way and treating women like objects. They're used to hearing the word yes. And now I suppose Wesley will be calling me going, you bitch, how dare you? I don't like you. Lopez raucously laughs. It's time for the truth to come out. Lopez says that she also blocked a pass by Stephen Dorff, with whom she made Blood and Wine. What went down? She said, I thought he was really charming, she recalls. He said, you're the most beautiful girl I've ever worked with. And I was like, oh, that's so sweet. He kept on staring, and then he told me, seriously, you're the most beautiful, on and on. There was an attraction there, definitely, but not something I wanted to take further. I would flirt with him a little, but I just wasn't into him in that way. He got really upset, and towards the end of filming, I said, oh, what, are you not talking to me now? Look, I'm just not interested at this point in my life, but don't pull a Wesley on me, because I had told him that whole story, and he was like, all right, and he let it go. She also refers to Jack Nicholson, with whom she worked with on Bad Blood. She said, as a legend in his own time and in his own mind, like the rest of us, are just peons. And how did things work out with the mercurial U-turn leading man Sean Penn? This is fun. She says, he has a lot of strength, and we got along great, actually, she says, sounding genuinely respectful. He could tell right away I wasn't intimidated to be there with him or Oliver. I remember asking him, why do we always see pictures of you looking like you're ready to hit someone? And he goes, because in those pictures, I'm never with my friends. And then they say, which of your co-stars in a parallel universe would you have a thing with? She looks up from beneath her thick lashes and says, grinning, should I get myself in trouble with my husband? Okay. In a parallel universe, Sean. I was engaged with... She's like, I want to fuck
Sean, I would fuck him.
She said...
And let that be known. Print that.
The dramatics of her looking up through her lashes and saying, Sean. She said, I was engaged when we were shooting U-Turn, and one day he said, if I weren't married and you weren't engaged, would this have been a different movie? And I go, yeah, a very different. So we we both had our own lives, so it made a real difference. She's like, we would have fucked on that set.
We were this close.
I forgot to mention too, I left out a big part of the Wesley thing. So apparently Jennifer Lopez wanted that scene cut from that movie, that sex scene. And the director was like, basically threatened her and said like, I'll make sure that you don't get... She had SELENA lined up to film.
Oh.
And it was like, I'm putting this in the movie, and if you fuck with me, I'll make sure that you don't get that part. So, and SELENA came out obviously first or whatever, however it worked out. But yeah, now I kind of I believe that, because like, what the fuck?
Oh, absolutely. And at this point in time, she really, like, God bless her chutzpah, but she didn't really have much of a bargaining chip at that point. It's like, they're going to do whatever they want to do.
Yeah, and I have this thing that I always say, and I always use Zac Efron as the example, where I'm like, at a certain point, your beauty becomes a hindrance. And it's like, to look like Jennifer Lopez, to have that body, that magnetism, that just all of it, and to be navigating these spaces, like you said, with these like egotistical maniac men, it's almost like a curse.
I agree with that. I think there's a sweet spot of attractiveness, and you think like, no, I would love to be the most beautiful woman in the world, but it's like, no, maybe you want to be more attractive than yourself, but once you
Mhm.
hit a certain point, you become a walking target.
Yeah, I agree. I do think that there's a sweet spot of beauty. Like I think, of course, obviously, if you're like Cindy Crawford, it's like you're gonna be able to use that to insane advantages and better your life
Sure.
in ways that are just beyond comprehension. But it's like you also have this ball and chain to carry around through life, where everybody you meet is gonna be trying to get something out of you, or and
Mhm.
God forbid you want to do something in entertainment. It's like you are literally just you're like a piece of meat in like a lion's den. It's just like I don't know. It just seems like it would
Yeah.
be like I would like to just be like like I think that the ideal beauty in Hollywood is almost like the person who looks like outside of fame they'd be normal.
Yeah.
When people say like you're not ugly, you're just broke. Like I want to be
Yeah.
that kind of beautiful where I'm like I don't want to be once in a lifetime, I don't want to be Zac Efron beautiful cuz like that seems torturous. I would like to just be like you would have probably had a normal life and been like a hot guy at your college or whatever, but now you are
Yeah.
considered beautiful.
I was watching an old video of Tara Reid, and I was just mesmerized by her face, but I feel like Tara Reid is kind of a good
Yeah.
example of that. Like, yes, she was at her prime, she was so beautiful, but also a face that would just do very well in whatever town.
Yeah. Yes, and she'd be the hottest girl at her high
Mhm.
school, the bitchiest girl with her dad has the money. Like yeah, you can see I think that's a great example.
Yeah, it's beautiful, it opens doors, but it's not necessarily people aren't chasing you down the street and making your life
Yeah.
hell.
Well, speaking of, I love when they ask her like if she was around during like the old Hollywood studio system,
Oh, yeah.
what kind of girl would she be? Would she be an it girl, a cherry blonde? Like who is she? And she goes, the first thing that came to my head was the butt girl, because that separates me from everyone else. I love my body. I really, really dig my curves. It's all me, and men love it. Some guys like skinny girls, but they're missing out. When a dress is on a woman, it shouldn't look like it's on a coat hanger. So many girls here. She's like, Claire Danes. So many girls here are so thin. In fact, nobody else in Hollywood really has my type of body. My husband calls it la guitar. I don't speak Spanish. That's guitar, correct?
Yes.
Oh yes, like the shape of a guitar, which I love because he because he was that was my ideal woman growing up. So call me the guitar girl or maybe wow girl.
Ooh.
Like I want that kind of fucking insane confidence where somebody's like where I'm like, I love me. I
Mm.
love my body. Men love me. They want me. I'm the only one like me. Oh my God.
I think we should start looking in the mirror every morning and saying, "Men love me. I love my body."
I really, really like my curves. Like,
Oof. Ugh.
love it. But people like to make fun of Jennifer Lopez for, they're always like, looking back, like her butt wasn't even that big. And it's like, you either are forgetting that this was a Callista Flockhart
Yeah.
time for the red carpet, mama.
Okay.
Nobody looked like her. It was Callista Flockhart, Portia de Rossi, Laura Flynn Boyle, the girl Keira Knightley. Like
Yeah.
people were literally, you think people are skinny now?
Mm-mm.
Like
This
it
was
was
like a different
insane.
it was this what women are skinny now, but so many of them are starting from a place of like curves. The
Right.
women's bodies that were coveted, essentially, or were at least not coveted, maybe just simply dominating the red carpet, were also women who, even if they had more weight on them, were incredibly boyish and like straight bodied, androgynous, shall we say.
Yes.
So it was beyond just thin. It was like a butt like Jennifer's was. Yes, that was completely different from what else was out there.
Yeah,
except
you're right.
For Selma Hayek, of course.
Right. Yes. That bitch.
That bitch.
I think it's funny when she says she was offered the role. But no,
I did agree with her on that. I was like, Selma, you couldn't have been Selena. Come on. That never happened. Come on.
No, it's hilarious. But no, it's right. You're right. Like the girls that got really skinny, I guess it's like the person I can think of to compare would be like Ariana, because Ariana was tiny and got very skinny. Like Calista Flockhart was tiny. Laura Flynn Boyle was a small woman, a short, petite woman who got like bones rattling against each other thin. And that was like normal to us. Like it was like all the girls on the red carpet were like suffering.
I mean, Calista, this is a TV star, and she's starving herself to this degree. Like, come on, this is, you know,
who was known for her great legs. Those legs, those Ally McBeal legs, and it's like they're just two sticks.
They're like me and my satin legs.
I guess my last favorite quote, I could go on for hours, but my last truly favorite quote from this article, where they ask her how she's dealing with her new negative press, because she's like famous enough now that people are like coming for her. And it says, riffing on how she's been treated by the press, Lopez declares, "There are certain people that are marked for death already. I have my little list of journalists that have treated me unfairly. Like, I was totally happy, totally confident with my work in Selena. But out of the 700 reviews, and I read every single one, I can quote the one who said, 'The one thing you don't do when you walk out of this movie is say, who's that girl?' I was like, you lying bitch." When another person from the same magazine came up to me, the first thing I said to her was, "You tell that other bitch that writes for your magazine that I'm never talking with her again. I definitely have my list of people that are going to get their justice." Is this not Joan Crawford?
It is. It really is. Well, she does say in the beginning of the article, she says, "See, I grew up watching real movie stars, Ava Gardner, Rita Hayworth, Marilyn Monroe, glamorous women like those are why I wanted to get into the business. This all feels old school, studio system Hollywood."
And I will say that's one thing she's always maintained. She even says that now, that like her idols were like those women from like that era, and like she wanted to do movies like that, and like it took her a million years to finally do like a real musical, like the Spider-Woman vibe. But like that's like why she became an actor, was to do stuff like that. So I believe that. Like I believe that she's like, if I'm gonna make it in this town, I gotta follow the old Betty Davis, Joan Crawford, I gotta be a bitch.
You teased this earlier, but I don't think we got to it when she talks about her plan for how she'll be like the biggest star in the world. And it's it's very old Hollywood studio system thought process.
They say, when I ask her about her career strategy, she says, so funny. I've already started mapping that out. She goes, "You've got to do your share of commercial movies, romantic comedies, action movies, the $100 million movies. Because if you don't, you're not going to have the power, and Hollywood is not going to respect you. I would also do small, independent movies that appeal to me dramatically, because it keeps everybody realizing that your acting chops are there. I think that some actors are making a big mistake by doing one big commercial movie after another. It just looks like you're for sale. People want to know that you're selective." First of all, that's what she did.
Yep.
She literally did that. And Is she wrong? No.
She's not wrong. And her co-star springs to mind, Matthew McConaughey, where he talks about how he was doing rom-com after rom-com, commercial movie, and it became impossible for him to get anything else, where he had to say, I won't do anything unless it's something different. And it took a very long time for that to ever happen because he didn't set himself up that way.
Oh my God. I'm blown away by this. I know that obviously this isn't my first time reading it, but like reading it in this context to actually break it down for the show just really put it into perspective. And like, it's gotta be in like my top 5 celebrity profiles like in history.
All I could think about was this writer, what was going through his mind the entire time. Like, like his pencil shaky. He's like, oh, slow down. Oh,
that's so funny. He's like, Madonna is talentless.
Okay.
And it's embarrassing. She said it should be ashamed of herself.
Claire Danes should unalive. He actually coined the phrase unalive.
He's like, you are looks maxing.
Yeah. In the link that you sent me, it just says that this was written by Movieline staff, but he definitely she refers to him as Stephen in the article. I wonder where this.
Interesting.
Who is Stephen? Okay, it was written by Stephen Rebello. Yeah, there's an AV Club article from 2019. And it says, travel back in time to a 1998 Jennifer Lopez interview filled with creepiness and shit-talking.
Wow. I have to send you this. I think that there's a still from her being interviewed, and she looks so fucking hot. It's like that perfect, like, 90s matte makeup. Like, her hair's, she just like, 90s Jennifer Lopez is truly something to be coveted. Like, my God, she is so fucking beautiful.
Oh,
Isn't that insanity?
I mean, that frosted full eye and the dark red lip, that's basically what I looked like when I was doing my full beats.
And the thick brow, like, oh my God.
It's truly, truly something to behold.
Yeah, this interview, I have to say, is quite inspiring. Like you said earlier, this would be a great thing to show a young person and be like, don't talk shit about everybody, but like, take a little bit of this, like, don't fuck with me fellas with you throughout your career, and like, don't let people fuck with you.
There's a Daily Mail article from 2025. Gwyneth Paltrow and Jennifer Lopez finally bury the hatchet after very frosty interview insult and their dueling Ben Affleck romances.
Oh my God. I didn't even really put the Ben Affleck of it all.
I didn't think about that either.
Hello.
Wow. I love it. I mean, Troy, this was such a great article. I'm so glad I finally got to revel in it with you and experience it for the first time with you.
I know. I'm so happy that you got to have this, like, a true, like, this is iconic. This is like one of the best that we'll ever do on this show, in my opinion. And also, if you guys have not read this, again, I think, even though we basically just read the whole thing to you, you should just sit back, with a glass of wine and just like let this really just wash over you.
And there's still more to discover. She talks about her marriage, and that's all. It's a very interesting insight to the way she thinks about relationships.
She's like, I won't be alone. I don't like it. It's like, girl,
be alone.
You have no idea. If you only knew what was to come, darling. Well, Dara, I love you so much.
I love you. And we love you.
And we love you. Oh. We love you like Jennifer Lopez loves her curves. Rate, review, subscribe, give us 5 stars, leave a thumbs up on this video.
Yeah. If you're not watching the video, you can see it on YouTube. Help us out, baby dolls.
It helps us out big time. We love you. Okay, bye.
We love you. Bye.